So today we'll be discussing a fundamental concept in Hinduism and Vedic philosophy, which you know, the four Purusharthas. So, except for the very chosen few, those who are exceptional sanskaras from past lives and they are devoted to God from childhood, so those people are very rare. But for people like us, average people, we sometimes feel that in life we are searching for a balance, balancing our duties with our desires, our worldly success, worldly needs, with our spiritual needs. So, naturally, all these discussions are not for people who have no spiritual needs at all. They won't need all this. They are quite happy. But for those who do have such spiritual needs, who want to evolve higher, our Shastras lay down this wonderful, you can say, paths, which are called the four Purusharthas. So they provide a profound roadmap, you can say, for achieving this balance in our life. So four Purusharthas, they are not rigid rules like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. But they are a philosophical framework that guides what? Guides a life of purpose, prosperity, pleasure, and ultimately liberation. So these four, you can say in ordinary terms, goals, but we will go deeper. So these goals we will examine in detail, and we will see how these four are not separate pursuits. They are interconnected, with each one building upon the next to create a meaningful life, meaningful existence. So every thinking human being is sooner or later bound to ask himself that why are we here? Why have we been born? Why have we been doing all that we are doing? What is the final goal? What is the purpose? So Vedic tradition gives us a most beautiful answer. It says that life is not meaningless wandering. It is an opportunity. It is a wonderful opportunity. And the scriptures call this opportunity Purusharthas. The goals, the rightful pursuits of a conscious human being. So first, of course, we have to see what is the meaning of this word. So Purushartha is a Sanskrit word, as you know. It is a compound. Sanskrit words are generally joined in two ways. One is called Sandhi and one is called Samas. So this is what is called a Samas of two words. Which are the two words? Purusha and Artha. So Purusha, we all know, human being. This comes from the root pri. So pri, the meaning is to fill, to support. So this pri connotes that which is the indwelling essence or sustaining principle in a human being. And artha means aim, purpose, meaning, goal. There are so many, you can describe in so many ways. Like when we say in Sanskrit also we say, in other languages also we say Artha Siddhi. Artha Siddhi means fulfilling your goal, achieving your goal. So same Artha is used in the same sense in both these words. So literal meaning is Purushartha means what? The aim or purpose of a human being. In general, we can say that. Immediate meaning is this: aim or object of a human being. And if you extend the meaning, extended philosophical sense, so all these are described in the Dharma Shastra. So Dharma Shastra means those types of ancient Sanskrit texts which are treatises on dharma, like Manusmriti, etc. So, according to the Dharma Shastras, it designates the four aims. And what are those four Purusharthas?
Dharma, Kam.
Yeah. Dharma, Artha, Kam and Moksha. And Sanskrit, they give the meaning in a beautiful way by deriving the words. So there are many derivations possible for Purushartha, but we will see only two definitions. First is, you can say Purushai Arthyate iti Purushartha. That which a human being searches for. Purushai Arthyate means what a human being wants, for which he strives. That is supposed to be the Purushartha. Purushai Arthyate iti Purushartha. Second is a little different. Purushasya Prayojanam Purushartha. So, that which is the purpose of a human being. So, apparently, these two definitions look the same, but there is a difference. Like you go to a store to purchase your groceries. So, now here you can say, suppose you have finished purchasing what you all need. So actually there is no need to be there. But you know how they decorate all that. So all of us nearly, okay, let us see the other things. So now this is what? This will be also Purushartha if you go by the first definition. Means what you are searching for. You are searching for practically nothing, but you are trying to search for something. You are striving for that. But there is no need. So second definition comes a little closer. That which is the purpose of a human being. Now purpose means what? Purpose, you are defining it, that you need it. It is not that you just want it for something, for your pastime. So here also you need these things. So this is a slightly better definition. Purushasya Prayojanam Purushartha. We need these for a fulfilling life. If we don't go by these four goals, we don't strike a balance, as we shall see, then we will be misguided. So we will see all this. So classical commentators on this Dharma Shastras and all, they note that while animals may seek survival and pleasure, but the uniquely human Purusha has the capacity to consciously order one's life for a higher purpose. Animals can't do that. So you see a deer, you see a tiger, they are as they were thousands of years ago. There is no change. But see the advancement of human being. So only a human being has this ability to consciously guide our life for a higher purpose. That is why this is the doctrinal importance of Purusharthas. So we will see all these things in detail. So what is the source of these Purusharthas? They are rooted in the Vedas. Their roots are there. Then they are elaborated in the Upanishads and scriptures like Mahabharata, Dharma Shastras, as I told you, Manusmriti and all that. So they balance worldly life with spiritual aspiration. As I said in the beginning, some rare people are there who don't want worldly life right from the beginning. So those are very rare. They don't need to balance anything. Is it not? But ordinary people need to balance. So we need these types of Purusharthas, this guidance we need. Now let us briefly examine each of these so that we know the meaning. Now let us see first what is Dharma. So Dharma is supposed to be the foundation of life. In all our Shastras, this is the very, very important thing. So in general, Dharma, as you can see, means ethics, duty, conduct, observance of social, spiritual disciplines. And it is supposed to be the foundation. Why? Because it provides the right direction to other three Purusharthas. Not it cannot give any direction to moksha. Moksha is independent, but it gives the direction to at least two, artha and kama. And this giving a direction to artha and kama is all important if you want to progress. So there are many connotations of dharma. We have already taken one whole discussion on the essence of dharma. Those who want, they can see on our channel. So just we will see one or two definitions. Manusmriti says, Dharmo Vishwasya Jagata Pratishtha. Dharma is the very foundation of the entire world. Then Mahabharata, very, very famous slok, Dharma eva hato hanti dharmo rakshati rakshitah. Tasmat dharmo na hantavyo mano dharmo hato vadit. This means dharma eva hato hanti. One who kills dharma is destroyed. But dharma rakshati rakshita. So dharma protects one who protects dharma. This in itself is a very, very elaborate subject. We can discuss. So anyway, so dharma, according to our Hindu tradition, is the backbone of life. A framework of virtue, self-restraint, service, devotion, righteous conduct, all these things. That which makes a life noble is dharma. Other things cannot serve that purpose. They may give pleasure, they may give you house, clothes, etc. But you cannot rise higher with that. This is the foundation. So as we know, a house built without foundation will collapse. So our lives also, if there is no dharma, there will be only one thing, selfishness. So it will collapse. Now the second one, about which second and third one, artha and kama, there are some misunderstandings there may be. So we will just see the meaning so that it is perfectly clear. What is artha? Artha generally is translated as wealth, but here it does not mean only wealth. Artha refers to the acquisition of means necessary for living, for sustaining life. Wealth is one of them. Clothing, shelter, other essentials. And doing so through just and rightful means. That is the most important thing. If we get artha by any means possible, then you are not sticking to the rules of Purushartha. And scriptural references are also many there. So in Artha Shastra, it is said, Artha Moolam Dharma Kamo. So this is a very interesting statement. Artha is not without its use. Artha is very useful if we know how to use it. It can also lead us to moksha. How? Moolam dharma kamo. Come here, come here. Moolam means root. Root of what? Dharma. And kama also. So, dharma root means, one question may be that one who has no artha, can there be no dharma in his life? No, it can be, but this is said in a particular way, which we will see later. So, artha is the fundamental basis for the attainment of dharma and kama. Then Mahabharata says an interesting thing, that if artha is not regulated properly, if dharma is not there, then what will happen? Arthasya dasa purusha. A man will become a slave of artha. That is generally what happens. So, what does the rule guiding Purushartha tells us? What does it tell us? Artha must be first earned in a proper way, righteously, under the umbrella of dharma. Secondly, if it is not done like in this way, it becomes a source of bondage. It will not only not help us go forward, it will drag us below. Excessive greed, we know what happens. Excessive greed and wealth gained through improper means leads the person's downfall. But on the other hand, when wealth is gained honestly and used properly, used for some noble purpose, then it uplifts the individual as well as the society. This much about artha we will see later in more detail. Definition we are just seeing. Third is kama. So kama also there are many misconceptions. Kama refers to a balanced and appropriate desires. Balanced and appropriate. These two words are very important. Of what? Of a human being. Senses, our mind, such as love, appreciation of beauty, family life, social harmony, emotional equilibrium. All these an average person needs. Is it not? Otherwise, he will feel strangulated. He will go mad. Average person cannot do without this family, social relations, etc., etc. So, this is the general definition. Now, how should karma be regulated? So, we will go to the scriptures. It says, Dharmarthayo anulomena kamasya acharya. So, instructions in karma are given in harmony with dharma and artha. You go to a shop, you see a very expensive thing which you want. That desire arises in you, but you don't have anything in your pocket. So you cannot just lift it and go away. So artha is guiding your karma also. And of course dharma, because it is not proper to do those kinds of things. Just a general example. So karma is to be moderated and refined. When guided by dharma and wisdom, karma becomes a source of beauty. All these things, you can see higher pursuits, poetry, music, social well-being, all these things. So pleasure is not condemned in our scriptures, but it has to be guided by dharma. Then it will lead us forward. So when enjoyment respects moral order, it brings harmony. When it is uncontrolled, it makes us slaves. That is the thing. those who have some habit like smoking and all that. So after some, first they start, but after some days they become slaves. They are no longer free. Whether they want it or not, they will be driven by that if it is not controlled. Last, fourth Purushartha, moksha. So, moksha signifies, as you know, you have so many years we have been listening to all this. Moksha signifies release from the cycle of birth and death, from samsara, and the attainment of highest state of spiritual realization, union with the supreme truth, and freedom from all forms of suffering, and attainment of infinite bliss. So, this comes after dharma, artha, and kama. This is the final thing. It means freedom from dependence, from sorrow, from everything. So in Vedanta, in the words of Vedanta, if you say it is discovering the truth that I am not a limited, insignificant creature, but the eternal self, free and immortal. So of course, moksha references, infinite references can be given. The whole Upanishads are all that, but just one or two we will give. So Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, Tameva viditva atimrityumeti nanya pantha vidyate ayanaya. By knowing Him alone, by knowing that reality, by knowing God alone, one transcends death. There is no other path to liberation. And Gita also says, the wise renounce the fruits of action and freed from the bondage of birth and death, attain the state beyond all suffering. So, in short, moksha is the ultimate goal. And not only it is the ultimate goal, but it gives meaning to dharma, it gives meaning to artha, and it gives meaning to kama also. So one example if we take, it will be very clear. So think of dharma, artha and kama as paths along a mountain, each important for a balanced journey. 3 paths. But moksha is not a path, moksha is the summit. You climb a mountain, the peak, that is moksha. So the climb can be compared to dharma. It keeps you on the right track. And you, whenever someone climbs, he takes some food and all this, no? Otherwise, how will he live? So that is artha. That can be compared to artha. What you need. If you don't eat, how will you live? If you don't live, how will you attain moksha? And suppose you go, like here, there is so much natural beauty. So you see wonderful sights around you. So you are not bored in your journey. That can be called calm. But the summit, the aim is moksha, because you are going for that only. That is the only purpose. So that is what gives meaning to the entire climb, is it not? Without that aim, your climbing can go indefinitely, because you don't know where you are going. Is it not? So this is a wonderful way of understanding. These things are not ends in itself. If wealth becomes wealth for the sake of wealth, enjoyment for the sake of enjoyment, then it is just aimless wandering. Life becomes aimless. Because you will never be satisfied. More you have, more you want. Not only it will be aimless, but it will destroy us. So when life's actions are harmonized with dharma, by the help of dharma, self-discipline, the soul ascends to that summit. which is beyond worldly entanglements. That is the eternal peace. So all other pursuits, wealth, pleasure, even dharma, even duty, they are finite. They begin and end. You get money, you spend it. You have some ice cream, it will go 10 minutes maximum. But moksha is infinite. There is no, moksha wasn't born, moksha will not die. Because why? That is the only reality. That is the very fulfillment of human existence. So this much I think is clear, that all these pursuits, dharma and artha and kama, the rudder of the boat of our journey of life is dharma. And the destination is moksha. And what we need on the path is artha and kama. So this is the Purusharthas, or what is called the goal. But suppose if we think deeply, then we will find a common guiding factor behind all these Purusharthas. There is one factor which is impelling us for either artha or kama or moksha. There is only one guiding factor. What? What is the main guiding factor which is making us live?
Desire.
Happiness. So a person accumulates wealth. Why? He thinks it will make him happy. Every day he'll count his dollars and feel some satisfaction. If you go to some restaurant and for eating and all, why do we go? If we know that it will give us a stomachache, we won't go there. We go to taste some nice dishes. Oh, this is new. Wow. It will be very tasty. So it will give me happiness. So actually happiness itself is the Purushartha. That is the only Purushartha. All these are pursued with only one goal. Now, how do these bring happiness? Artha brings happiness from outside. Is it not? Desire, when it is satisfied, kama, it brings pleasure from within. Manas, from mind. Dharma grants happiness with the buddhi. If you do something good, you get satisfaction. Oh, I have done a nice thing today. I have done my duty. And moksha, of course, is separate because it is simply another name for the supreme state. So this means what? Artha is outside, kama is deeper than artha, it goes inside in the mind. Dharma is even deeper than kama. And moksha is the deepest. That is the rock bottom. That is the real nature. So naturally there is nothing deeper than moksha, that is the innermost of all. Now, in the world, there are only two things which hold prestige. People are mad after those things because that is the only thing which matters to the worldly person. What? Artha and kama. If you have wealth, you are respected. If you don't have, worldly person won't even go near you. So, only this is in the world, these will only hold prestige forever. You cannot change the world. People don't know anything beyond these, majority of persons. So, artha and kama are the guiding factors of human beings generally. But a human being's inborn nature is such that if these are not guided and controlled, then they will create misery. So dharma has to be behind these things. Behind these pursuits, there has to be dharma if you want to have any spiritual goal. Now dharma here, the connotation we have to understand. Dharma has many, many meanings. So dharma here means doing anything good. Suppose you build some, like in India we have the dharamshala and all that, for pilgrims to take rest. Suppose you dig a well. Suppose you give something in charity. So here dharma, by these actions, dharma is, this is the connotation here. Now, dharma also can be done with two purposes. First, only for the sake of enjoyment. How? You do something, you give so much money, and you call all the newspaper reporters, you call all the television people. My name must be on the front, tomorrow's newspaper. So here, you are doing good works, but your aim is what? Your aim is just your own enjoyment. It is simply enjoyment. People will come, sir, you are such a great person, and you will, people, sir, this garland. So you will feel so happy. So it is just enjoyment. Dharma is also done here with enjoyment. But, I mean, any good work, suppose you go anywhere, you do some good things, but you want appreciate. I did so much. They did not even mention my name. This fellow, he did not do anything. See how they are praising him. So all these are actually done with a motive. Now when it is done like this, then there is what? Competition. He got so much, I did not get so much. Conflict and attachment and aversion. Is it not? If somebody praises you, you will say he's a very good person. If not, he's the worst person in the world. So such kind of dharma which is done only for enjoyment, it does not purify us. It is just lena dena, means it is just give and take. That's all. You go to a marketplace, you give so many dollars, you get this thing. So here also you are giving this, you want this thing. But when dharma is not done for the sake of enjoyment, but oriented towards moksha, then it not only organizes artha and kama, but also takes us closer to God. So such kind of dharma can never be merely a political system or a personal code. That kind of dharma is a revealer. Means its foundation is always established in God. That kind of dharma cannot be negated from anybody's life. So even people who have no worldly ties, they have renounced, but that kind of dharma they have to perform if they want to reach. One who is already liberated, for him there are no rules at all. He is gone beyond everything. That is different. So these are two aspects of dharma. And what is the primal source of dharma? Primal source is the Vedas. And all these scriptures are just elaboration of the Vedas, Puranas, Gita, all that. So Vedic dharma illuminates that discipline, which on one hand regulates a person's artha and bhoga. Bhoga means enjoyment. It reorients them so that they go towards sattva, purity, harmony, and purifies our mind. And in the end, we attain moksha with that. So Vedic dharma is not an advocate of escapism nor a supporter of one-sided living. It grants freedom to engage with the world. Engagement with the world means doing something and wanting something in return. That is okay. That is called pravritti. And it also grants freedom to withdraw from the world, which is called nivritti. So pravritti you can do. You can do something to gain results. But there should be limitations. You cannot do what you like. Then you won't be obeying the rules of these scriptures. So, of course, the aim is the direct realization of God. So, it is sometimes said, yes, the complete life is in which all the Purusharthas are fulfilled. But we have to remember that it is not necessary to practice all of them for each human being. Those who want only moksha, they don't have any need of artha and kam. Their lives are oriented towards a different direction. So for the average person's life, as we have seen, it is only guided by artha and kama. So they need both other things also. They need dharma to regulate artha and kama. And they need the final goal, liberation. Otherwise, those three will have no meaning. That is when we say that all these should be combined, that is the meaning. It is not that everybody has to do all the four. It is not, for some people it is not necessary. So, simultaneous practice of all these three are possible, artha, kama and dharma. But if someone wants moksha alone, then all is needed is the dharma to guide him, that's all. So now, we have said many times that dharma can regulate the desire, it should regulate the desire for both wealth, and just to shorten it, I am translating artha as wealth and enjoyment. Dharma has to be there behind to guide it. So to understand this, we will have to know the essence of the word dharma. Dharma generally, the problem is in English there is no word. It has so many connotations, dharma. So generally it is translated as religion. So we should not think that Christian dharma, Hindu dharma, Muslim dharma, not at all. That is not the meaning. What do our scriptures say regarding dharma? They say that those are the basic qualities which each human should possess if he wants to evolve higher. Each human in the world, whether he be Christian, Muslim, Hindu or Parsi or whatever, anybody, doesn't matter. He has to follow these rules. He has to inculcate these qualities. What are the qualities? In the Manusmriti it is said, Dhriti Kshama Dama Asteyam Shaucha Indriya Nigraha Dhir Vidya Satyam Akrodho Dashakam. These 10 Dharma Lakshanam. These 10 are the characteristics of Dharma. What? Patience, forgiveness, self-control, non-stealing, purity, restraint of the senses, cultivating our intelligence and learning, truthfulness, and freedom from anger. So these 10 are the characteristics of dharma. So whenever we become angry, we should learn, no, I am going towards adharma, not dharma. When we become greedy, we should know we are going towards adharma. Now see, these 10 are meant for the entire human society. Is it not? In our ancient scriptures, the guidance on dharma is addressed to the whole of humanity. They were never narrow-minded. Dharma is not a religion founded in a particular era. Christianity was not there before Christ, Buddhism was not there before Buddha. That is not what our dharma means. It is not a particular sect instituted by a particular teacher. No. Whenever dharma is spoken of in Vedanta, Vedas, it is described with the entirety of humankind. It is for all. That is the thing. And the very famous definition is dharana dharma. Dharma is that which upholds. Something which is holding us. That is dharma. If you carefully think, if you remove those 10 qualities from life, there will be nothing to guide us, nothing to uphold. All this, which forgiveness, self-control, all this we have given, will be just animals. So, from this definition, it is clear that the meaning of dharma is not limited to any group, but the whole human society. Therefore, in our scriptures, Vedas, Upanishads, Aranyakas, or Gita, whatever you say, as well as in the philosophical systems, Ramayana, Mahabharata, nowhere is there any prescription of a dharma that is not meant for everybody. It is for all. It is a teaching not meant for any particular geographical location. People of America only, not Canada, not like that. Nor is it something which is bound by time. We cannot say, oh yes, that was dharma in the Mahabharata time, but not now. These rules will never change. Not for a particular sect. No. They are for everybody. So, and another very important thing about dharma we should remember, which in the Mahabharata, Bhishma Pitama says to Yudhishthira when he was lying on his deathbed, he says to him, O foremost of kings, the dharma that hinders another person from following his own dharma is not dharma at all. It is a false dharma. So all those so-called holy wars, they are the culmination of adharma. When you are killing people in the name of this so-called religion. So that which is non-opposing, which does not have any conflict with anyone. I go to a temple, everybody should go to a temple. That is stupidity, no? I go to a mosque, everybody should go to a mosque. So these kinds of ideas are not part of dharma at all. Therefore, the description of dharma in our scriptures is meant for everybody. People of all sects, people of all locations, people of all times. So now now that we have got this idea of dharma, we can see how first artha or wealth can be regulated with the help of dharma. We have said that artha and kama have to be regulated. So this is dharma. We should not think that Hinduism will regulate artha or Christianity. No, these are the qualities which will regulate artha. So artha also, we have to see the meaning. It can be derived from two roots. One definition is arthyate, that which we seek or desire. And second derivation means that which keeps on moving. It does not stay in one place. Yes, we try that this artha should be in our bank only, but it cannot happen. And it cannot be denied that artha or wealth has its uses. We had said a little while ago that it can be said in one aspect that at the root of dharma also there is artha. Now how? Suppose you want to give something, you want to help somebody. If you don't have anything, how will you give? How will you provide for the student, for the learned, for the poor people if you don't have anything? So it is through wealth that dharma is fulfilled. And in the Mahabharata and all we see that huge yagyas were performed, sacrifices, and those were very costly. Some were such that even only kings could perform them. The Rajasuya Yagya. Only kings were supposed to perform them. So, without wealth, how will you perform them? So, wealth exists both for the maintenance of life and also for the performance of religious duties in one aspect. It is not that you cannot be dharmika without wealth. No, that is not the case. But these aspects of dharma cannot be fulfilled without wealth. That is common sense. So, an average person naturally cannot practice dharma without the help of wealth. Is it not? But any wealth which is not used in the service of dharma will, sooner or later, become a cause of sorrow. It has to be. You cannot avoid it. Therefore, we should accumulate wealth and property first in accordance with dharma. Do not accumulate them in violation of dharma. Because if you claim something which is not yours to be yours, it will not remain with you long. It is said in our scriptures, Anyayo parjitam dravyam dasha varshani tishtati. Prapte tu ekadashe varshe tulika eva vinashyati. So, anything earned in the wrong way will stay with you only a small time, for a small time. The years are just given to understand that. After that, what will happen? Tulika eva, just like a cotton. If you burn cotton, what remains? Nothing remains. That will go. So in this, for this understanding this artha and dharma connection, which was just a glimpse into the first verse of the Isha Upanishad. Isha vasyam idam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjita ma gridha kasya svidhanam. So the meaning is, all this, whatever moves on this earth, should be covered by God. Protect yourself through detachment. Do not covet anybody's wealth. So this do not covet anybody's wealth is ma gridha. Ma means no in Sanskrit. Ma gridha means do not claim something which is not yours to be yours. That is the command of the Vedas. Means do not be greedy. Wealth belongs to no one actually. That wealth which belongs to us today will belong to someone else. But of course, for someone who has renounced everything, even this accumulation of wealth is not necessary. So if we do not follow this injunction, Vedic injunction, Ma Grida, we become guilty of violating Vedic discipline. And then our desires will have no control. So it will lead to unethical dealings, fraud, and our life will become miserable. So this is how Artha is regulated through Dharma. Second, how is Kama, desires, regulated through Dharma? So this verse which I had mentioned, Isha Vasyamidam Sarvam, there were these words also, Tena Tyaktena Bunjita. Then it was Magrida Kasyasvidhanam. Tena Tyaktena Bunjita. Tyaga, renunciation. Tyaktena means through renunciation. Tena Tyaktena Bunjita. Bunjita means what you say, bhog karna, to partake. So what does this mean? Tena Tyaktena Bunjita. By renunciation, you enjoy. So actually the meaning, literal meaning is enjoy, but here the actual meaning is sustain yourself. How? By renunciation. Maintain your body, maintain your house, maintain your family, but this will also be done by renunciation. And renunciation as the guiding factor in your life. This means do not destroy yourself through aimless acts of enjoyment, excessive indulgence. Excessive indulgence will give rise to diseases. Has to be there. For example, if you overeat, you know what will happen. Diabetes and all other things, blood pressure, this, that. And of course, we all know the evil effects of smoking, all these things. So, when there is excessive of bhoga, excessive of enjoyment, you cannot even preserve yourself. You cannot preserve good health. If you are a chain smoker, if you are a heavy drinker, how can you preserve your health? So actually, what are you doing? You are destroying yourself. You are not sustaining yourself. If your enjoyment is not regulated, and in the case of people, in the case of monks and all, even that is not that. Their enjoyment is only for preservation of the body and good health. That's all. They cannot even go further. That is the thing. But even for the ordinary person, there has to be renunciation with enjoyment. Otherwise, even good health is not possible. And if you think that enjoyment will give rise to satisfaction, today I will eat 10 ice creams, then tomorrow I want ice cream. Don't want ice cream forever. That will not happen. Tomorrow the desire will be more. Is it not? So naturally that satisfaction cannot come through enjoyment which we are seeking. Actually the opposite is true. The more we indulge, the more attachment will grow. Then what will happen? We will search new means of obtaining it. Somebody someday discovered coffee. Someday somebody drank it. Oh, this is nice. If this is nice, then let's market it. Oh, by marketing I got $1,000. Let's make a different variety. By that I will get 2,000. So now what is the result? You go to a mall and see 3-4 shelves full of different varieties of coffee. Where will it end? It can never end. It is a mad race. Is it not? So if you think you want to spend your whole life tasting all those different kinds of coffee, you are free. But you will be where you are. We will be where we are. There will be no progress. That is the thing. So exercise moderation. That is, even enjoyment should be accompanied by renunciation. Because that is the only way you can protect yourself. Let other things be afterwards. So physical restraint, mental restraint should be there. Mental restraint means what? Daydreaming. Dwelling on subjects with attachment or aversion. You think of somebody, you feel attached. My wife, my child, immediate attachment. You think of somebody else you don't like, immediate aversion. Then you will be thinking that person may be in America, but he will be. So you are raising your blood pressure needlessly. So all these things mean what? All these things means mind is out of order. Mind is not healthy. That is the thing. So many things are there. Naturally, we cannot go into all that. But the main thing is here, when artha and kama, when this desire for wealth and desire for enjoyment are expanded excessively, life will become completely scattered, completely disordered. And this chase will never end. That is the thing. Then you will have no peace because you will always be competing. So all these millionaires, billionaires, do you think they can sleep nicely? They are always jealous of the one person who is richer than them. So when all this starts happening, then dharma comes and acts as the controlling principle. It tells us this is not the object of your life. Your object is higher. So dharma tells us, you ask yourself, is my pursuit of wealth righteous? Is my enjoyment wholesome? Or I am taking junk food and spoiling my health? Is my life in balance? Is it in harmony? Do I love everybody? So all these things we have to ask ourselves. So dharma is the rudder of a boat, as we have seen. And dharma refines the personality. Slowly. Culture comes. Is it not? If you practice sincerely. Even karma can give culture. Higher karma. Painting, sculpture, singing, literary pursuits, those are very necessary for each one of us. Then it will not obstruct the path to God, the path to moksha. Actually, it will help us. This is the thing. So, we have already seen that Artha is external, Kama dwells in the mind, and Dharma resides in the intellect. And what is moksha? Moksha is the very nature of ourself. When attachment towards wealth diminishes, when attachment towards enjoyment diminishes, even attachment towards all these religious observances, doing this sacrifice, doing that, this, that, then a person turns towards moksha wholeheartedly, not before that. So, this we have to remember. A person, when he realizes that yes, Artha and Kama are good and in their places, but with them also there has to be some bondage associated. I want to have an ice cream. Okay, today I have $5, $10 in my pocket. I go and eat. Tomorrow again I have a desire, but I don't have that money. So what will I do? Suffer. So this is also leading to bondage, leading to suffering, is it not? So when one realizes that enjoyment, desire for enjoyment, desire for wealth are actually bondages only. It may be good in the primary stage, but after that they are not. Then that person's mind starts to find a final solution. How to go beyond sorrow forever. How to go beyond bondage forever. So that aspirant wishes to be free from everything. He will live a life in which there is no bondage to any object, to any person. No bondage under any condition. He wants that freedom from all things, from all people, from all time, from all places, from all forms. For that, even the worldly mindset of Artha and Kama has to be given up. That is the final aim of moksha. So, one who is always thinking that if I do this, I will get this. Till we are thinking in this way, we are not candidates for moksha. Because we are always thinking, what will I get? When a person realizes that there is nothing worthwhile in the world, then he doesn't want anything. His whole life is oriented only towards gaining that freedom. That is the final aim. And when we reach that, all these three will have served their purpose. Then we are established in that state beyond which there is nothing. We have reached the goal of life. I had also wanted to discuss the uniqueness of this system. It has no parallel in any other tradition of the world, but there is already we have exceeded our time, so we have to stop here. Today, later we can discuss. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram